Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
We're good? Okay. All right. Welcome to the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, March 21st, 2022. Roll call. City Clerk.
Present, we have Mayor Keith Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Guinevere Depot, Councilor Lisa McCabe, Councilor Paul Norris via Zoom, Councilor Christine Piazza, Councilor Stephen Sheffield, Finance Director Ron Uhas, and City Clerk Megan Peters. Excused tonight is Councilor Rashad Carter.
And salute. We're going to stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag. All right, recognitions of working well. Oh, I am going to be first, or you're listed. So, Mary, if you could take the floor.
So, good evening, Mayor and
Do we have a,
Council.
oh, okay.
The mic? Yeah, and it's red, so it's on, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I just wanted to take an opportunity. I have boats mate third class Raphael Mercedes with me this evening from Coast Guard Station, New London. He has volunteered with our youth basketball program on Saturday mornings from December until current March 12th when we finished our program. Our program grew, it grew by 12 to 15 kids, and we do stations for the children so they can learn the skills of basketball. And he stepped up to the plate to volunteer and be with us this season to help educate our youth and youth basketball skills. And I just wanted to recognize him tonight. Program's over, but he was outstanding. He did a great job for us, and it was a pleasure to have him with us. And I just thought it was important to share with the council and the mayor that he was instrumental to the program this year.
Thank you so very much for what you do. I appreciate it. Council, comments? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just want to add thank you very much, and thank you, Mary. I think that it'd be great to add more of these to the meetings because not all of us, I don't have any kids in the youth program, so I don't always know, what's going on or what's, if we need more volunteers for certain things. So I think it'd be great to continue to bring more, increase the recognition, and thank you again, because we do, as we talked about when we had the youth, the 4 new members of the Youth Advisory Board, it's so instrumental to get volunteers to be involved in the youth programs, to know what we should be doing and what we should be adding or how things are working. So, we all appreciate your efforts, and from all of us volunteers, we get it. It's important to volunteer, and we really appreciate it.
Councilor Sheffield.
Raphael, thank you again. Are you locally from this area?
No, sir. I'm actually from New York City.
Okay.
I joined the Coast Guard in 2017. And, I drive boats now. I've saved 14 people so far in my career. So.
Excellent.
So I was going to say, how many people in this room know what a bosun mate does? Anybody? Raphael, this is your time to shine, to let people know what it is you do for a living. I'm retired Navy, so I understand what a bosun does. But just share with these folks here what you do.
All right, this is my first time ever on a mic.
That's okay.
So.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you deserve this. You deserve to be able to tell people what you do, because what you do is important.
So as a bosun's mate in the Coast Guard, we operate our waters. A little nervous. So from my experience as a bosun's mate, I've been on the water for about 5 years now. We take out a team of probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6 sometimes, and we respond to search and rescue cases, right? So it's our job to save it's our job to save lives, right? We're always ready. We have this motto we go by. It's called Semper Paratus. It means always ready. As a bosun's mate, we patrol the waters in our inland areas. We board recreational vessels, commercial vessels, and we look for like the simple things. We look for, we want to make sure people have life jackets. We want to make sure they have fire extinguishers, just to prevent a search and rescue case. We just want to make sure people are ready on the water. When it comes time to search and rescue, our team they're diligently and they're always ready. We never hesitate. We always step up to the plate to, we're either stopping bleeding, we're like we're first responders. It's our job to get people from distress calls back into home port so that way they can get the right medical attention they need. So.
And not only do they do that, but they also maintain their fleet, right? So the bosuns are primarily responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the small boats that they drive and that they have over to Coast Guard Station. So that's another big thing that you guys do, which is pretty impressive. So any other questions or comments from the council? Councilor McCabe.
I just want to add my thank yous for everything you've done for our basketball program and for us. I certainly feel safer knowing there are people like you out there patrolling our waters. Thank you.
Anyone else? Councilor Piazza.
Thank you for your service to the youth, and thank you for your service in the military. I'm a vet myself. I just wanted to ask for your side is, what did you enjoy most about volunteering with the youth?
Well, volunteering with the youth has given me a great opportunity. So it was brought to my attention by my chief that the community needed help, and basketball is one of my favorite sports. So I figured if I give back to the community, I joined the military so I can give back, give back to my family. If I can give back to the community, I would. So helping the children there at the elementary school, it not only taught me like patience. I've never worked with kids, but I always wanted to. So that was definitely something different for me. I enjoyed it a lot, and I wish to continue. So.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. All right. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, Chief. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Today I'm here to present 2 Chief Awards to Officer Christopher Ewing and Officer Jean-Philippe Precourt for their attention to detail, for their quick deductive reasoning and investigative skills during a motor vehicle stop. During this situation, an equipment violation was observed, and that minor equipment violation resulted in a narcotics arrest and a violation of protection order arrest. For an officer, as these gentlemen know, every little piece of information that he or she can get and gather through communication or visual observation is vital to the investigation or situation that they're presently in. Their training and experience is a key role in the officer's ability to put these pieces together, and the outcome of the cases are a result of the officer's ability to put these two together in a reasonably short period of time. And a motor vehicle stop is a very short, reasonable period of time. You will see that this is the case when Officer Ewing and Officer Precourt were able to do just that to gain the arrest. Officer Precourt and Ewing. So on the 4th of December 2021, Officer Ewing and Precourt, just so you know, were actively doing their patrol on the midnight shift, which is the 2300 to 0700 shift during the night hours. During their patrol at approximately 11:46 p.m., Officer Ewing was, attention was brought to a motor vehicle traveling southbound on North Street for the violation of a taillight being out. He pulled the motor vehicle over on North and Broad. At that point, he approached the vehicle and spoke with the operator, who was a male subject, and he had a female subject in the passenger side. A brief conversation ensued. They asked for the license registration. Officer Precourt came up to assist. Through their conversation, it was and the NCIC check where they run their license and registration, the car was come back as unregistered, or suspended actually, due to lack of insurance. Some other details were found about the motor vehicle and the operator. One, to include that that there was a protective order out, and he was the respondent, meaning the party that the restraining order was against. Further, that the investigation proved that the file 20 protective order was against a female. She was the victim. To make a long story short, Officer Ewing took the information, believed that they had, the female in the car gave him a wrong name because she did not have any identification, pulled the operator out of the car to talk to him. Officer Precourt was engaging and speaking with the female and observing everything that was going on around. At that point, they figured out that the female was actually the victim of the restraining order, and they were not supposed to be together, so that was a violation for an arrest. Don't know if she was there on her own free will, but she was there, and due to the officer's actions, they were able to place him under arrest, get her out of the situation. When they arrested the male operator, they found that there was some cocaine stashed in his sock. There was a smoking pipe on his person. Officer Precourt, in his observation, was able to look in the back seat from where he was standing clearly and visibly right to do so. A Ziploc type container, which was clear, that had some plastic wax baggies in it, wrapped in rubber bands, which by their training and experience is often used by narcotics dealers or users to contain heroin and fentanyl. So with the operator under arrest, they did a search of the vehicle. They found 225 individual wax glassine baggies, which all contained a brown or white powdery substance. So in all, during the arrest, they found another rock burnt residue in the back of the car in another clear singular jar. In total, they had come up with 45.3 grams of fentanyl off the street, 3.5 grams of cocaine, crack cocaine, and 2.5 grams of burnt rock-like substance, what they believe to be cocaine as well. That's going to have to be tested. All that from a taillight being out. And they were able to get the victim away from the protective order. So he was arrested for criminal violation protective order, 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, possession of a narcotic with intent to sell, possession of drug paraphernalia, operating a motor vehicle without insurance, operating a motor vehicle with suspended registration, and improper taillight. So for their actions and their quick thinking, I would like to present them with the Chief's Award. Officer Ewing.
Thank you, Chief.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Sorry it was a little shaky, but we got through it. Gentlemen?
Well, I just want to say thank you, Chief, for this award. I think Officer Ewing and I just go out at night trying to do our best to make sure the city is safe and that our citizen can sleep sound at night. I think we'll continue to do some great work, and hopefully we can get some more drugs and to make sure that everybody stay safe on the road.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing. Comments from the council. Councilor McCabe.
Well, before you leave, I just want to say thank you. I, for one, do feel safer sleeping at night knowing you guys are out there getting those drugs off the street. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, all right, thank you very much, thank you. All right, receipt of citizens petitions. Is there anyone in the audience that's here for citizens petitions? Any seeing none, we'll skip that and response. Approval of the minutes. Excuse me, I'll take a motion to approve the March 7, 2022 mayor and council meeting minutes.
So move.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Communications and reports. Councilor McCabe. Okay, thank you. Councilor Sheffield.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Councilor Piazza.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Councilor Norris, anything for communication report?
I have nothing to report, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to remind everyone that the food box distribution is this Friday, 12:30 to 2:30. So if you could use a box of food, or if you know someone that could use a box of food, please send them our way or call the mayor's office. If you can't come to the event, we can deliver a box to you. And that's it.
Okay. Clerk Peters.
Nothing to report, thank you.
Okay. Finance Director Yost.
Nothing to report.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to move along in order to move this. Do we have any, next is committee referrals. Do we have any committee referrals? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Councilor McCabe.
Resolution R-22-3-31. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to approve a 3-year standard rental agreement with a 2-year renewal option and issue a purchase order to not exceed $29,200 and no cents for each of the next 3 years to Cintas Post Office Box 630921, Cincinnati, Ohio, for water and wastewater uniform rental to be paid from the approved water and wastewater fiscal year 2022 operating budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Are there any additional questions? I do have representatives from Groton Utilities for the next few action items, if you have any questions. Any additional questions on this? Councilor Sheffield?
Yeah, just quickly, I guess, as far as the 2-year renewable option, so it's authorized for 3 and it's option for the next 2 after?
Total for 5 years. Yep.
Total for 5 years?
Last 2 years are options.
Okay, so that 29,290 will include the 5 years, or would that be something else after the 3?
That's per year.
Per year, okay, so that could possibly increase or decrease in the 4th and 5th year?
Correct. They basically held the same price from the previous contract that we had with these guys.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Councilor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. I just noticed that, when I read it prior to, that it expired February 6, 2022, your present contract. So has there been, I'm assuming there's a grace period, or it's been extra expenditure in the meantime?
There's been extra expenditures.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-22-03-32. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council amend action item GUC WPCA 211261 to change the approved purchase order from $137,400 and no cents to $161,231 and no cents, submitted to Nutmeg International Trucks Incorporated, 130 Brainerd Road, Hartford, Connecticut, for the 2024 International HV 507 dump truck with Cummins diesel due to vendor's inability to honor the original quoted price due to drastic increases in the materials needed for the aftermarket truck bed to be installed, to be paid from the Water Division Vehicle Replacement Fund. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Sheffield,
Thank you. 33.
33.
Resolution R-22-03-33. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order not to exceed $189,699 and no cents, which includes a 10% contingency to Wesco Receivables Corporation, 15 Executive Boulevard, Orange, Connecticut, a preferred vendor for purchase of 3 switch gears required to replace existing aging equipment to be paid from the approved electric fiscal year 2022 non-bonded capital budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution -22-03-34. Therefore, be it resolved that Mayor and Council amend Resolution 21-09-144 to change the approved purchase order from $805,397.00 to $1,096,428.00, which includes a 10% contingency to cover any additional charges to Sabre Industries, 8653 East Highway 67, Alvarado, Texas. The increase due to design changes made by Leidos in agreement by Groton Utilities Engineering to be paid by the transmission lines 1410/1280/400 Buddington Substation Fiscal Year 2022 Bond Fund Project. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Norris?
-22-03-35. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the refund of property taxes to EN Holding LLC, 8 El Abrazo Turnpike, Windsor, Connecticut. Windsor Locks, Connecticut, in the amount of $4,808.98. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Finance Director, if you could explain this to the council?
So this is a rental car facility located within the city, and it was just vehicles that they had were no longer located within the city when the tax bills went out, so they paid the tax bill, and then this is a refund that's due back to them for the overpaid taxes. And it comes to you because it is over $500.
Are there any questions or comments on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor McCabe.
Resolution R-22-3-36. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order not to exceed $473,552.20, including a 10% contingency to Valmont Utility, 28800 Ida Street, P.O. Box 358, Valley, Nebraska, as a preferred vendor for a purchase of A-frame structures for Buddington Station to be paid from the transmission lines 1410, 1280, 400, Buddington Substation Fiscal Year 2022 Bond Fund Project, pending approval by the Groton Utility Commission, Water Pollution Control Authority. I so move.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. This is being brought to you. Bruce, who's Randy? Josh? All right, come on up and grab a seat, grab a mic. One of the things that we've talked about is the short fuse quotes that we're starting to get. We've been getting for a while, but it's starting to make a difference now. And so what I'm bringing to you is is this one, because the quote runs out pretty soon. And then we're going to have a special utility commission meeting later this week to get approval from them. If we had waited then, and to wait until we could get you again, either to go through the normal committee of the whole process and then to a council meeting, or even wait until next week, the offer would have been over. And we'd have had to go back, and in some cases, we're finding that the increase is as much as 20%, and the deadlines are way out. So this is another example of what we're wrestling with, and the utility is working on the purchasing policy, but we're also trying to determine a way that we can come to you in a timely manner and come to the utility commission in a timely manner so that we can meet the requirements of the purchasing policy and also meet the requirements of managing the business. So that's the struggle that we're having right now, and that's why this is here tonight for your approval. So Josh, you want to go into this a little bit?
Yeah, these are the A-frame structures and the metal support structures that will go into Buddington to support the new high side and low side terminals. Basically, without these, we can't we can't build them. Everything will just fall down and crumble in itself. If you have driven past Buddington substation and you looked on the two structures that are over there by themselves, this is an exact replica of that. So that's why it's a preferred vendor. It's like for like. The biggest problem we have is this is a 15-day quote. We received it last Tuesday afternoon, contacted the vendor and asked for an extension, and they told us it's 15 days. If we get it in lock now, we can get it in September, which leaves us on the schedule to complete this project by the ISO New England deadline. However, if we can't lock it in within that 15-day window, they can't guarantee delivery until the end of November, which would then start pushing us off of our Eversource outages that we have scheduled. And we would be looking at, by receiving November, we'd actually be looking at not being able to start the project until April.
Questions, comments from the council? Councilor
So you're saying
Sheffield.
it's April of next year as far as start, okay.
If you go down to the Buddington substation, you can see what's going on there, but you can also look up on the hill and see how clear that is. That's all part of this project. So the vegetation management clearing that so that we could run the poles and run the wires that's the big part of the upgrade. Bruce?
If we could invite any counselor to come down, if they want to basically take a ride up there, you contact myself, Josh, or Randy and stuff.
Okay. If any counselor is interested, please let me know, and we will get that set up for you. Any other questions or comments on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, Josh. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, council. Thank you, staff. Thanks for doing what you do. Okay, for those of you that are on the 3 for 3 committee, which is Councilor Sheffield, Councilor Norris, and Deputy Mayor Depot, if you could stay behind.
Rob's in the